Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Simon. Welcome to another episode of Star Wars The Bad Batch. This is episode number 3, and moving on from the last episode, which was a bit of a slow one. It was definitely done with a purpose. You know, it was building up the relationship between Omega and the clones, because it was kind of a cliche situation where, like, someone who is not prepared to be a parent suddenly finds himself with a child, and, they then went through the rigmarole of trying to get rid of her and then realizing that, she actually is probably better off with them, i.e. they don't want to give her up. We're starting to see now the Empire take, its full form. We've seen Imperial credits sort of introduced. We've seen chain codes start to be introduced. It gives us an explanation as to why they existed in The Mandalorian. It's just, again, there's little hints of what we might see going forward. There was a mention of Captain Rex in the last episode. It makes me feel like we're going to see him any moment, because he was there just a day before. So presumably the Bad Batch are going to be on his tail. But we've definitely still got this situation whereby they're wanted men and Gale. And so it won't be too long until Crosshair shows up and, is able to track them. And, we're going to have some kind of a confrontation between the two sides, which is probably going to get quite ugly. And, it wouldn't surprise me if we started to see some of the clones getting killed off. I wouldn't expect all of the Bad Batch to make it through this series. I don't know if there's an intent to make a second series or if this is just a one-off. But I definitely wouldn't expect all of them to make it by the end of the show. So we'll have to see how that goes as time goes by. So we're going to jump in. Before we do, I want to say a big thank you to my Patreon super supporters: Bryan, Chelsea Keel, Frank Tremel, Karen Abel, Nightwing0102, LelouchViBrittaniawMustache, Michael Y, Mr. Greg89, Nick Walters, Nightwolf37, and Olly Brown. So without further ado, let's jump in and let's see what happens on the Bad Batch.
That's all for now. Rations are low.
You can have mine.
Aww.
Omega doesn't even have a place to sleep. You want to take her food too?
Jeez. Can't get over how pretty the animation looks.
As soon as I finish building this scanner, testing the functionality of our inhibitor chips takes precedence. So I thought you said they were defective. A theory this device will be able to prove.
Oh,
Besides,
yeah.
the shipwide diagnostic report indicated no critical systems were compromised.
You jinxed it. He jinxed it.
We're gonna die. We're gonna be fine.
Damn, these ships are tough.
Everybody all right? It wasn't Crosshair's fault. Well, look, debating this won't fix the ship.
They could scan his chip
Find that capacitor and get off.
if they are able to capture him. But then what if they find out the chip isn't defective? It is defective and it was him all along.
Ah, Governor Tarkin. Hope I'm not interrupting.
Who's that?
Right on schedule, Rampart. I hear your change
Rampart.
implementation has been most successful.
He was the guy in the
The
hologram.
foundation of our new empire is of the utmost importance.
Oh, this is what I live for, the Empire stuff.
Our first elite squad.
Oh, shit. Are these a TIE pilot?
Top
No.
soldiers from across the galaxy. Imagine more squads like this being trained.
Again, they've got the green
They would
visors.
make a formidable army.
See, I don't like that. They look like tunnels or eggs that have hatched. It does make me wonder if it's some kind of a mine-up, because it's feeding on power. But it's taking the capacitor.
What's wrong with you? I must have hit my head in a crash.
No, it's his chip.
But other systems are now failing. Creatures, most likely an Ordo moon dragon, a species that feeds on raw
Moon
energy.
Dragon.
It was probably drawn to the capacitor's electric charge. That would have been good to know beforehand, Tech. You two get those other systems online.
Oh no, Wrecker.
Yeah.
His
Stay
chip.
here.
Skills can be taught. The loyalty of those who willingly enlist is what I see tremendous value in.
A tangible
Or over
in order. We
loyalty
need
that
to
you
see
could
the
literally
action.
implant into a brain. Rampart, you're not very smart.
Recruits to Onderon.
We don't leave our own behind.
Then we'll find a way to get him back. Somehow.
Her special ability of moral support.
How come the Empire's scouting soldiers like us?
This is where the clone versus stormtrooper issues start to crop up.
Enjoy being commander, for now.
Oh jeez.
Get our people on the shuttle now!
They're firing at civilians. Oh no, his mask. He's gonna save him.
Hunter, wake up! Wake up! Echo, Wrecker, Tech, come in. We need help.
Oh no. Yeah, it went down into one of those tunnels. She's gonna take the gun and she's gonna go. Holy fuck, that's a flamethrower. I mean, these are stormtroopers that are actually good, so it's all downhill from here for the Empire.
That's all.
Then you're of no use to the Empire.
What are you doing?
Whoa.
Guerrera's fighters are dead. These are civilians. We should bring them in.
Those weren't our orders.
Forget our orders.
This is the difference. There's a bit of a lack of humanity in
You're not going to comply.
a loyal clone.
None of us are.
It's because I'm willing to do what needs to be done.
Oh, yep.
Good soldiers follow orders.
Oh no. That chip is really...
Finish the mission.
This is dark! This is definitely dark. Oh, doesn't like light. See, he's not nasty. He just doesn't like the light. Oh, that's pretty. Very clever, kid.
Thinking going down there.
The mission was to retrieve the capacitor, wasn't it?
And good soldiers follow orders.
Is that my master?
Don't worry. I didn't have to use it.
Then I leave this project in your capable hands, Admiral.
Admiral.
Thank you, sir.
The original genetic material from Django Fat continues to degrade.
Then it is time to begin the next phase.
Oh,
If your experiment can yield a superior clone, it will secure...
that's what Omega is, a superior clone.
Such a contingency cannot be created without a direct source.
They're gonna use Crosshair? They're in the old bunk. Deep down. Does he know? Does he know?
Tech, get us out of here. Hey, kid, come with me. Cover your eyes.
What have you been up to, Wrecker? Oh, did he make her a place to sleep? Under the stars?
It's your own.
Aw, he put his bunny in there. That was very sweet of him.
It was nothing.
Aw. He made her a room, Zuko.
I never had my
He
own room.
gave her his bunny.
Well,
Yeah.
you're part of this squad now, too.
Okay, so Zuko's joined me for the recap. A decent episode. I far more. I enjoyed the Imperial stuff far more, and I knew that coming into this that I was going to enjoy that side of it far more. I'm actually surprised at how much we were getting to see from the side of the Empire. I think, and maybe a lot of people were the same, but I assume that the Imperial side of things was going to be limited, to the interactions with the Bad Batch crew themselves, and it's not. We're actually getting, individual, like new characters, like this Admiral Rampart, these new elite troopers, which I think this is the beginning of the Death Trooper, program, because Operation Warmantle, sounds a lot like it could be, code name for Death Troopers. And their outfits, the green visors, the dark armor, it looks like, the pattern that, the Death Troopers have later on. So the thing is, I think Crosshair has a much more important part to play in this than just being the betrayer. We saw the Kaminoans there talking about their survival, and wanting to keep the clones relevant, and the fact that Django's DNA has been degrading, meaning that, the quality of new clones is probably diminished. Are they going to try and use an existing clone as the original template? Which, Crosshair is probably the most combat capable of the Bad Batch. I mean, I say that, with guns. Obviously each member has their own unique ability on the battlefield. Brecker is just a brute force. Hunter is, obviously excellent with his tracking skills and his, tactical maneuvers. But I think when you look at what the Empire wants, they just want people who will follow orders and who are really good at killing people. So yeah, with obviously the dark element of, not just Saw's squad getting wiped out, also the civilians. It does go to show that those chips will make the clones do anything, and there is that now psychology being passed on to the stormtroopers, as you might want to call them, of do the job or you'll get killed, And I think that's the kind of zealous loyalty that the Death Troopers really need, because, they are supposed to be the most extreme, the most loyal, the most capable, who will do anything at the order of, the Empire. So, yeah, it was definitely a dark moment, but a really enjoyable episode. I really, really liked it. I thought it was a great, progression episode, and there's little hints in there that Wrecker might have his chip going a little bit bad, which is going to be bad for everyone. So it's going to be interesting to see how this forms up going forward. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you for the next one.